Hello, everybody. What's up? It's Facebook Live time. Talking about what else we'd be talking about on January 3rd, but how to make 2017 your best year ever. So I'm gonna give people a couple minutes to jump on to this call, and hopefully we'll have a good, fun, interactive little group here. So I've got about 6 real main points to cover today and hope to have some good interaction from everybody today. Would love to field some questions. Questions always make it more fun, more live, more personalized to what you're looking for and what's on your mind. And also, if something that I'm teaching doesn't make sense or you need clarity, I can do that now. So like I said, I'm going to give people Liv, I'm going to hop up and turn the light off for a second. I think that light, that didn't help that much. I'm just going to stay. I'm trying to get the lighting right. I got some ugly lighting coming in the front windows here. But yeah, today I just wanted to cover some real mindset and then strategies for making 2017 your best year ever. And of course I'm talking about in terms of your health. I feel like in terms of what I'll cover first is really the mindset changes. If you aren't working with your mindset before you go into any system, any practice, any diet, any whatever, anything, strategy you're trying to use to get healthier, stronger, leaner, whatever it is, if you're not employing mindset strategies, you're really behind the 8 ball in 2017. A lot of what I'm going to tell you is big, is hot, is trending, is old. It's traditional. It's back to the truth and the simplicity around nutrition and fitness that's been with us for thousands of years. And most of the hottest trends to me, the ones that excite me, the ones that I buy into, have nothing to do with newfangled stuff that people are selling, newfangled products or diet ideas. It's really back to basics and simplicity and truths. It's really unremembering, having amnesia around all the crap that we've been told for the last 3-4 decades at least. It's really stripping that back down and getting back to simplicity. So I hope to take you to that today, so that you can really start to have better success, have a better chances this year as you work on all that is healthy. When I say it's hard for me to talk about a specific word. If I was a business coach, I could talk about money. But for you all out there, I realize that you might have different goals. Some of you want to lose fat, some of you want to get stronger, some of you want to gain bone density, all that jazz, and some of you want to get out of pain. There's lots of different ways to look at goals. So let's talk about those mindset strategies, because those are the ones that, to me, if you put these into place, you're going to have such better chances. Sometimes I tell people that I want to help them make fat loss or health effortless. And sometimes people get mad at me because they're like, damn it, David, I'm 55. The workout's hard. There's nothing effortless about this. And I just want to distinguish. I don't mean that the work will be easy. I certainly don't mean the workouts will be easy. Frankly, if you're doing effective workouts, I don't care what your age or ability, effective workouts are challenging. They just aren't super long, right? So the workouts themselves are hard or take effort, but there should be a quality of effortlessness in you changing your lifestyle, creating new habits, and in attracting better, healthier life, whatever that might look like specifically for you. There should be a quality of effortlessness if you align with what you really deeply want. You allow that to happen, you allow it to come to you, and you are willing to stay alive and passionate and take action every single day. And my first tip, I'm going to talk to you, it's about three mindset tips today. My first tip is to have amnesia for past failures. I want you to literally act like all prior years just didn't exist. I know the first roadblock I've got to help you and many of my clients get through is the feeling of, yeah, but I've done this before and it's always failed and I've lost it and then I've gained it right back, or it's been too long. It's been, I've had 3 kids and I've raised them, and then now it's been 20 years since I worked out and it's just been too long. I'm too far behind the 8 ball. You got to have amnesia to that, because that is only as true as you want to empower it. If you want to empower that story, if that's a story you're happy to be selling, more power to you, but my guess is you're not happy with that. So what do we got to do? The first step is we got to have amnesia to all of your prior failures. They literally, as of this moment, don't exist. They mean nothing. They're not helpful. They're not important. They're not going to further you into taking the action you need this year to make this year your best year ever, health-wise, in decades. And I have seen far too many people accomplish amazing changes, no matter what their age. Sorry, I've got family coming in here. Can you turn on the light, Abby? And no matter what age. What's there? Oh, why did the dimmer get knocked down? What the? Slide the dimmer up. Awesome. Hi, Quinny. Abby, can you get Quinny out of here? Hi, sweet pea. You want to say hi to people? All right. My 4-year-old doesn't agree that she should. Hi, she just got home from school. Say hi, and then you got to go bye-bye. Stinker hops into the camera and then won't talk. All right, I gotta get back to work. Come on, sweetie. All right, so first mindset piece is having amnesia around your past failures. They don't exist anymore, and you can't go forward and expect to have phenomenal success if you continue to harp on and worry about what was true before. Part of creating new change is the fact that it doesn't matter what happened before. It doesn't matter. We can let that stuff empower you and motivate you, or we can let it disempower you. So anything I can do to help you act as if that didn't happen before, it doesn't matter, and it doesn't mean anything to your ability to have success in this year. Because the fact is, it doesn't. I mean, it's true if you are 35 and have had 2 babies, it's probably harder than when you were 25. If you're 55 and in postmenopausal, it's probably harder than 35. But that doesn't mean that change isn't possible. It might mean your goal or what you expect might have changed, but I absolutely know it's possible. So let's get some amnesia around that. So number 2 is, instead of the word goals, which I'll still use in shorthand, I think if I say, what's your goal for 2017? What's your goal for your health? I kind of find that a boring question. I don't know how you feel about that. Does that land like blah, blah, blah goals? You've probably been asked 100 times, what are your goals? What are your goals? In different realms of life, but particularly around health. And then you're supposed to say, I want to lose 25 pounds. And if you're uninspired by what's your goals, you're not alone. I think a lot of people aren't feeling that question anymore, probably just because it's gotten overused. So I really want you to change that to this question. You can write this down and take some time today and answer that, or answer it on the call today. It'd be even better. And that's what excites you. In the realm of health, what would excite you? If we could, I kind of hate this analogy, but wave a magic wand, and 6 months, a year from now, something drastically in a positive way has changed around your health, what would that be and what would excite you? Often you got to really look at what motivates you deeply. I would often say good goals aren't the ones you're going to see on the magazines in the grocery checkout line. Those are crappy goals, or at least they're not complete goals. There's nothing wrong if you want to lose 17 pounds in the next 2 or 3 months. I'm all for that. If you have that to lose, it's not healthy to be on you, and you should lose that. But my guess is that's not big enough to excite you. It's not motivating enough. It's not really what's going to get you out of bed, because look, if you take on any sort of fitness plan this month, the first 3 to 5 weeks, you're going to have a lot of fun, you're going to be excited, and the wind's going to be behind your sails. If you don't get results in that first 3 to 5 weeks, or even if you do and life happens, we start to get bored. We have to be in touch with what excites us, and then be willing to wake up and get excited every day. So live a little bit more on purpose. I really, and all of my clients doing this challenge coming up this month, are going to be doing writing work with me and really writing or meditating every day, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day, something small, and it's as important as our fitness work and our nourishment, of writing down what excites you, seeing how that evolves, and then allowing your life's breadcrumb trail to reveal itself to you, to tell you how to get there, to tell you who to follow, to tell you what books to read, to tell you what, what different things can you follow that will help get you there. And I very much believe that you have your own unique path, and that if you come from a place every single day, and this is why writing is such an important tool, it will start to reveal itself to you, both what really matters to you, what excites you, and how to get there. So that's key mindset practice, because look, in lieu of knowing what excites you, you're gonna snap back to your status quo. And I watch active members do this at times. Sometimes they go into this and they leave the program hoping they'll, I don't know, find something different, or sometimes they do it and they drift and then they come back. And what happens is they're getting out of touch with what excites them. They're not living from a place of passion and purpose anymore, and they're getting flat about life. And when we do that, we always go back to our status quo, our comfort place, our place where mediocrity reigns and rules. And that place sucks, folks. Quality of life goes downhill. It's not fun. So we want you to come from a place of passion, and that's something you have to work towards every day. Just like nutrition, if you work for nutrition for 5 days and then throw it away, it's like, why bother? We got to get you back to what excites you, So that's mindset practice number 2, is write a clear vision of what excites you and work with that every day. I suggest getting a writing journal and journaling 5 to 10 minutes. Do you know how easy it is to get 5 minutes? And if you don't have 5 minutes, what's the old meditation quote? It's something like, meditate for 30 minutes every day, and if you don't have 30 minutes, then meditate for an hour. Think on that one, right? It's like, if you honest to God think you're so important and so stressed, and you're the most stressed out person in the world, that you don't have 5 minutes to write, that's probably some fruitful stuff to poke into, because that's probably a place where you've let yourself and your health deteriorate a little bit. Maybe a little shift in priorities is needed, a little kick in the butt this year. So number 3 is, and I see this a little bit links with number 2, but I see this all the time with people, is you got to do this for the right reason. If you are going to take on any real sustained health changes in 2017, you got to do it for the right reason. Even if it's you aren't happy with how you look and feel, if you do it out of a place of hating yourself, it's only going to get you so far. I know with smokers and people quitting alcohol and substances and people losing weight, a lot of times the initial motivation will be, what do they say in AA? Sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? So I don't mind if you're motivated by the fact that you're angry and down on yourself, and you're motivated right now to get up and take action because you're disgusted with where you are. I totally empathize with you. I work with people every day who that's where they are. And I don't mind if that's what's going to launch you to take action, but the action you take for the next 6 to 12 months can't be motivated every single day by hating yourself, by self-loathing. That's not going to work. It's not going to sustain you. It's what that's going to do is drain you and feed this inner core story of being at battle with yourself, and it just doesn't work. I think we think that that's what's going to motivate us. We like the hard challenge story in this culture. We tend to think that this stories where somebody doubted me and I pushed through it are the best. I think the stories that are the best are really the ones that, like, you followed who you really are and you understood what excited you and you did things for the right reason, because that's where the really authentic, pure stuff comes out. And that's where you can get to a goal of health more than just fat loss for fat loss sake. I haven't found many people where fat loss for fat loss sake has really sustained them and fed their heart, has really sustained them. I've seen far too many people get to that goal and then quit on themselves because they got to that goal and they didn't have anything more to define themselves by than hating the fat and wanting to get it off. And then they get there and zoop, it's like a magnet. They go right back and they quit what worked and they go back to complacent. So do this out of the right place. Get in touch with what motivates you, and think on that grocery store magazine, and think on whatever you read on those front headlines probably isn't going to encapsulate what motivates you. I'm okay if it's part of it. Losing 17 pounds in 4 weeks is part of it. It's probably a little fast. But it can encapsulate all that you're for. So that was the 3 mindset tools. Number 1 was have amnesia around past failures in past years. That doesn't matter anymore. It literally doesn't exist. We have to start from a clear playing field this year with the right mindset and a sense of abundance. Number 2 is we're going to stop using the word goals, or in practice, you're going to stop thinking about what are your goals, and you're going to think about what really excites you. And if you listen to my leadership, to my urging, you'll start a daily writing or meditation or prayer habit where every day for 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to focus on and speak to what excites you about your life and what you're excited to create in your life, as if it's already happened, and then listen for some richness to come out of that, some real clarity about what really motivates you. I guarantee if you do this every day or close to it, in a week or 2, you'll be surprised by the themes that start to present themselves. How much, yeah. And then number 3 is do this for the right reasons. Focus on losing weight, getting stronger, getting out of pain, whatever it is, for the right reasons. And that right reason cannot be hating yourself or being unhappy with yourself. That can motivate you to get started, but it can't be, in a month or 2 from now, the primary motivation, because that will fade and it will get old, and it's ultimately out of a place of lack. It's not a strong place to be. I want you to start creating a what excites you path that's focusing around abundance and what really motivates you and what your passion is in this world. Why being a better, healthier person will help you bring more of yourself to the world. Things like that. Like, that's going to be far more motivating a month or 2 from now than self-loathing, right? I hope you can see that. So before we get to our strategies or thought process, strategies for fat loss or changing your health this year, is there any, does anybody have any questions or any thoughts come up, or anything that, like, any lights go off about, boy, that is what really excites me, and it's not just fat loss for fat loss sakes. I know for a lot of moms, or I say moms because a lot of clients I work with are moms, they'll talk about, I want to lose this weight. You dig in and you really ask into it, and it's what it really comes down to is they want to be a good example for their kids, or they want to feel more confident in work, or they want to be more energetic so they can be more patient, or whatever it is. A lot of it has to do with their quality of life. It's not really about the fat per se. It's about all that that they want to radiate into the world, that they feel encumbered by because they're not taking care of their physical and spiritual body. So that's mindset strategies to really have the best success in 2017. So let's talk strategies. Strategy number 1 is, I believe that one of the cool trends in health, and it's because of holistic practitioners. I'm an acupuncturist too, and I just see holistic medicine growing much bigger in this country. I think people are sick and tired of being medicated for everything. Drugs and surgeries, just very expensive testing. I think people are growing a little weary with that, and finding that while many drugs are helping people stay alive and healthy, many drugs are making people sicker. And there's a lot of people looking for health more than just fat loss. So strategy number 1 is to focus on health first and let the fat loss come as a result. I talk about, my favorite analogy for this is tending the garden. Your strategy this year, in this first 2 months especially, is to tend the garden. Tending the garden, I always say when people want to lose weight, what they often do is they come and they start a workout and they make a few changes, and then they go, damn it, I haven't lost weight yet. And I'm like, if you want to create a garden, you till the soil and you weed and you add fertilizer and you add the seeds and you water it and you watch the soil and you make sure that the elements are right. And in time, you pull this big old vegetable out of the ground. That's what fat loss is. If on day 1, you planted the seed and you got pissed that you couldn't pull a vegetable out of the ground, you would know you were crazy. But for some reason, people want to lose fat like instantaneously. Often, if that's your goal and your only goal is to lose fat quickly, what you end up doing is creating trashed health for the sake of losing fat. I want you to start thinking about fat loss and strength gain and bone gain and all the good stuff around fitness as health first, fat loss is the result. The reality is when you get fitness and nutrition right, assuming you're also taking care of your hormone balance by sleeping and managing stress, fat loss is inevitable. It's almost easy. It's almost effortless when you will confront and create true nutrition and fitness changes. So strategy number one is a little bit of a mindset strategy, but it really is also, it will dictate how you approach your fitness and nutrition, and that is focus on fat loss as tending a garden, right? Right now you are setting the seeds. So let's talk about what those seeds are. In terms of fitness, it is investing in strength first. Far too many people, and this is the trends that are still hanging on from the last handful of decades, is still to this day, many people believing that to lose weight, to get stronger, and to build bones, we've got to go out and pound the pavement with cardio. And if you love cardio, I'm all for it. I'm all for running and biking and whatnot if you enjoy it. But a lot of people, this is not something they do for enjoyment. It's not fun. It takes an immense amount of time, and they don't see the benefits that they want. If you want to tend the garden and do it the right way, strength is first. Strength is absolutely first. If you give me a woman or a man, and the woman is exact same situation, and one is exceedingly weak and can't work out at a very high intensity without getting winded, and can't move athletically, i.e. the 4 primary movements, squat, hip hinge, press, and row. If she can't move that well, and can't move with a high intensity, and can't move much weight, and then you take a second woman and she swings a 44-pound kettlebell and has a great looking squat and can work out at an 8 or a 9 intensity level and sustain that for 10, 15, 39 minutes, woman number 2 is going to burn fat 10 times more efficiently. Woman number 2's basal metabolic rate, her ability to burn fat, is much more enhanced. So first, if you go focus on strictly, I'm burning calories, I'm doing cardio, you're at a miss, and you're not up with the trends of 2017. We want to get you smart and working strength first and intensity second. Strength and form come first. So your goal this next 4 to 6 weeks, and look, I'm talking, I've taken clients for as early as 18, or shoot, my kids, 11, as old as 74 is my oldest client. And in 4 to 6 weeks, I have them moving correctly. That's number one. And then once they're moving correctly, they're pressing correctly overhead. They're squatting elbows to knees in a chair correctly. They're hip hinging and doing a kettlebell swing. Then you get them stronger, and then fat loss is so easy at that point. It's so freaking easy at that point. So we want to get you strong first. Now, strong is not going to be done correctly on fitness equipment. That's not where we get stronger. We want free weights, we want kettlebells, we want things that are going to challenge you in real standing positions that are full body in nature. So you want to go master squats, hip hinges, presses, and rows, and get off the machines. If you think the machines are safe, it's absolutely not true. If you need to learn how to use fitness, how to work out correctly, go invest in a trainer at this point. Go get into a class that looks really good. Learn how to move correctly. Strength is the number one goal. Remember, we're gonna tend the garden first. And the second is, in terms of fitness, is less is more. Now, this is more true for my clients for the folks of you out there who work out 5, 6, 7 days a week. Less is more. In terms of strength and metabolic conditioning means the really hot, sweaty, intense stuff, 2 to 4 times a week. 2 to 4 times a week max. I think the sweet spot for the average person is 3 days a week of intense cardio and strength training. Is really the perfect number, but 2 to 4, depending on your lifestyle, age, availability, all that jazz, need for recovery days. That's the wheelhouse where you want to be. And folks, less is more. You shouldn't be spending an hour and a half in the gym. You should not be going to the gym 5 days a week. You should be doing intense stuff 3 days a week, and then the other days should be more yoga, stretching, mobility, walking, that kind of stuff. Not working out more. If you think you're going to lose weight by working out more and starving, dieting, you are, first of all, running on old, 1990s kind of mentality, but also you're trashing health to burn fat. We want to tend the garden. We want to do it the smooth way. We want to build health and then burn fat as a result. So that's fitness. In terms of nutrition, I'm not going to go into a specific nutrition system today. If you want more of the exact strategy I teach, I have a local challenge right now called the Kettlebell Breakthrough Challenge starting this Monday, the 9th. We still have just 3 or 4 more spots left. You can go to 39minuteworkout.com/breakthrough. Or if you are not in the Ellicott City area in Maryland, I have an at-home program, and you would do this from home with just 3 kettlebells in your own space. If you're motivated and want to learn, I'll teach you how to in my library of videos. We've got awesome, intense workouts that range from 10 to 39 minutes. So you can pick different lengths for different times. And that is onlinekettlebells.com/T-39. So I'll put those links up when I'm done this. But if you want to learn more specifics around the actual nutrition system that I teach and get more guidance in terms of how to do the fitness program, that's where you have access to that. But in terms of nutrition, it's really going back to simplicity. Remember what I said earlier, and I said old is new, or maybe I didn't say that before, but I was talking about most of the good trends in health and fitness that I believe that are coming are having amnesia to all the trends of the last 40 years and going back to the old traditional advice. Now, I understand you might say people in the 1800s, 1500s, whatever, didn't do kettlebells or work out the way we do now. No, but they were farmers and they were factory workers, and we didn't used to have to work out because we used to use our bodies. We used to climb trees and hunt and drag things and build shelters. So in lieu of being a primitive person, you've got to manufacture the workouts. So, I had a thought, but anyway. So nutrition is the same as that. Old is new. We've got to get away from anything that says diet or low fat is dead. It's over. It's not. We've learned this the hard way, that all the product-based stuff to get us healthy is making us worse. My mother is a diabetic, and she was at 40. She's now will be 70 this year. And when she was diagnosed with diabetes, what did they do? Sugar-free this, sugar-free that, all this stuff, all these products for diabetics that sadly, and diet sodas, that sadly were laced with so many chemicals, loading the liver with so much toxins, making the body more toxic and store more fat, and really wrecking people's hormone systems. So anything diet, anything low fat, anything out there that looks like a product, like a Smart Water, all this stuff, it's just crap, folks. I'm not going to tell you to 100% avoid the stuff, but the faster you accept that real food's always going to be the answer, always has, always will, the absolute better. And somebody willing to embrace learning how to cook with whole food and learning how to create rational amounts and frequencies and portions, I'm going to help you get results a heck of a lot faster, because we're going to tend the garden and fat will run away. Okay? Build strength, nourish ourselves correctly, manage stress, you're going to burn fat. The things I'll say about nutrition, number one is focusing on getting enough protein in there. I don't find this as big of a problem with guys, but for a lot of women, we're really underdoing protein. I'm seeing breakfast devoid of protein, like oats with fruit, not enough protein, and then getting to lunch and maybe having a salad, and then maybe it's until dinner time till they have any significant protein other than maybe yogurt or something, or cheese. You got to get protein and fat back in your diet if you want to get better at burning fat. And if you're adding a strength program like I recommend, you absolutely need to be eating that stuff to be feeding your muscle. And so you become, remember, strong woman moves well intense versus weak woman. Strong woman burns more fat. So you got to feed that muscle, right? You got to be eating protein consistently, filling up on the right stuff so that we're not craving. I get tons of questions from women all the time about how do I stop cravings. Number one, to stop cravings, and this is really the fodder for your nutrition changes. Number one is give up the stuff that's making you go crazy. If you're gonna have just a little bit of pie or cake or ice cream every day, you're gonna make life hell for yourself. Making nutrition changes while you're literally having just a little crack doesn't work. I have found we've tried all ways in the 8 or so years we've been working with clients in this way, and absolutely cold turkey with all the sugar and all the stuff that's going to spike your blood sugar is absolutely the best way to get results, period. You will go through a week or two period of being hangry. You'll feel hungry as could be. You might feel really pissy. You will have all these, David, I'm starving. It's fake hunger. Your body literally has to unlearn how to be using those sugars. And then the second piece is managing stress, making sure you're getting sleep. If you are having tons of bad hunger pangs, chances are your hormone balance is really messed up. I mean, you've got too much fight or flight, too much adrenal function going on because we are burning the candle on both ends, go, 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 and that life's taking a toll on us, okay? So we want to get off sugar and intense. I mean, I would put most of your breads, pastas, all in that category of sugars, okay? And we want to be eating more vegetables and protein and beans and nuts and seeds and all that stuff. We can talk nitty gritty in some of the programs I'm offering this month, but that's at least the beginner starting way to look at it is. And also a big piece is getting. Calories have truth to that. There's no question that if you restrict calories, you'll burn fat. What we have found to be more important is understanding glycemic load and glycemic index. It's really helping you to understand that if you're eating real food and then finding out and understanding, when I tell people to give up wheat, that a lot of times they balk at it, and any of my clients on here who have done this can probably write comments about all the litany of positives they found, not only fat loss and bloating changes, but just general overall health stuff to energy, sleep, cravings, all this stuff. It has to do with foods that spike blood sugar, and that's what glycemic load and glycemic index get at. And I teach more of that stuff in more detail in my programs, but the point is, certain foods, you take a white potato or a French fry and it's going to spike insulin. A Snickers bar is going to spike insulin and basically put a ton of blood sugar into your body, and your body's got to kick out insulin, so you're really high insulin rate. Whew, thought that ruined my call. I just got a phone call and I thought I had it on quiet mode. Anyway, my connection's weak now. Don't do this. What was I saying? So you're eating high blood sugar food, you're getting high insulin levels, then you're inflamed, then you have a lot of inflammation, your gut is bothered, your hormone balance is off, and then you're going to dump insulin so that your blood sugar drops. Well, what does that do? It just tells your body to store fat. So we've got to get you eating low glycemic index foods, eating more protein, eating at the right frequency so that we're not overeating, and getting off the sugar and the crap. That's the stuff. That's what's hot. That's what works. It's what traditionally was true for our bodies and never will be different. It's not going to be looking at miracle supplements, miracle foods, miracle fake new things that Dr. Oz has promoted that's going to help you. It's going back to the basics and looking at what real food always worked and always will. So folks, I want to help you tend the garden. I want to help you build strength first. Learn how to move correctly, more athletically, no matter what your age. Feed yourself nourishing foods that's got low glycemic load to it, so the body's not in a constant hormonal crazy wave. And then by making yourself a healthier person and dealing with some of the mindset tools we did in the beginning, you're absolutely going to have the best impact on your overall health. And because of it, your body will naturally burn fat like crazy. Like crazy if you get the nutrition part right, okay? So that's my encouragement for 2017. I am definitely here to field questions if anybody has any. I will do my best to answer them. My wife is the one who has the master's in nutrition, so anything more technical, if she happens to be on this call, she could field those questions. And again, I'll talk to you about our programs coming up this next week. Anybody who's in the local area, you can join our Kettlebell Breakthrough Challenge. It's a 1-month challenge. Go to 39minuteworkout.com/breakthrough. That's a phenomenal unlimited use of our program. You get nutrition coaching and all sorts of other cool stuff for a month. And then those of you at home who are willing to work out and are motivated to work out but want to learn kettlebells the fun way and want to be really pushed with some awesome full intense workouts and are willing to invest in 3 kettlebells for your home gym. I'm talking under $200 to build a home gym. You can't beat that with any machine out there. And I don't sell kettlebells, but I can tell you where to look. We do a program called Transformation 39. There's no membership for it. You can join as long or short as you want. It's $39 a month. You'll be part of my inner circle. You'll be in our Facebook group. You'll get access to all the challenges that I run, like this breakthrough challenge. You'll have new workouts to you every month, plus the library of all the how-to videos, over 25 39-minute workouts, and a heck of a lot more. So lots of stuff. For that one, you go to, I'll put the link up once I'm done, but it's onlinekettlebells.com/T-39. So I know that's long, but I will write that out when we're done. And if anybody has any questions, I'm just sort of stalling now, giving people time to hop on it and let me know if you have anything from today's. We covered tons of great stuff. This is definitely one I'll send out in a blog if you're on my email list. And I'll make sure that you guys have access to this because there's lots of this. If you got a lot out of this, my guess is if you have a time to drive down the highway and listen to it again, or you just want to listen to it, you know, at some point when you've got a moment, you'll probably pick up on nuances and other pieces from this if you hear it a few times. But we focused on 3 mindset tools. One was to have amnesia about past failures. 2 was to create a clear vision of what excites you instead of focusing on the boring word goals. I want you to focus on what really excites you. What really about your health, if you could change, would have you, yes, that would be worth the work. I'm very motivated by that. Number 3 is do this change for the right reason. To focus on, to focus on doing this change for yourself, not out of a place of self-loathing, self-hate, but out of a place of loving being a healthy person and enjoying all the ways in which you bring more of yourself to this life because you're a healthier person. Not, I hate myself because I'm overweight. That shit doesn't work. That stuff might get you motivated for a week or 2. It's not going to work for years of success, and that's what I want you to have. Strategies that I talked about for this year are to start focusing like being a gardener. Start focusing on, I cannot get this reminder to go away. Start focusing on creating health like being a gardener. Like focusing on fat loss, strength gaining, or whatever, as if tending a garden. So planting the seeds, giving it nourishment, watering it, and giving it time to grow. Not just instantly wanting changes and being impatient about it. And then if you do want the fastest possible changes, you want to focus with fitness on 3 days a week, full body, intense cardio and strength training. And then other days, if you want to supplement, you can add in your cardio for fun, your biking, running, walking, things like that, that just that you might also enjoy, that are just going to help you move energy on a daily basis. And in terms of nutrition, focusing on consuming enough protein, eating real food, understanding that diet foods, all the fake diet foods out there, are not there to get you healthy. They're there to make money for food companies. So focusing again on the truths of nutrition that have always been true. And then learning about the concept of glycemic load and glycemic index, which I talked about just a little bit today. Basically the concept being things that spike blood sugar and then have a negative deleterious effect on our blood sugar for hours to come. Those are the foods that have high glycemic load that tend to make it very easy to store body fat. So we want to understand that concept in order to start starving body fat and making it go, wow, I'm fit, I'm strong, I'm eating the right stuff, the body can release this fat now. That's how it works. Get healthy first, tend the garden, build the strength, move correctly, feed it what it needs. Fat loss is inevitable, strength gain is inevitable. I didn't talk about gaining bone density, but that's the other one that most women want. It's that's absolutely your strength training and focusing on real foods, getting away from the diet sodas and the crappy food, and strength training, right? So that's all I got today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this talk. I love helping people find ways back to their health. It's definitely what motivates me. I love my online community and our local community, so anything I can do to make this year more productive, more healthy for you, to make this truly your best year ever in terms of health, I am here to support you. So thanks so much. And as always, if you have questions after this live is over, you're welcome to post them. Abby and I, that's my wife, will do a good job of responding to those. And hope to see you in one of our challenges coming up soon. I'll leave details on that now. Thanks so much and take care.